They say perspective changes everything, and sometimes all it takes is one image to jolt us out of our usual frame of reference. Today we're exploring 4 AI-generated artworks, each one a lens into something bigger than itself. Let's begin with this. A lone astronaut suspended in space, cradling the Earth like a fragile orb of glass. At first glance, it's striking for its simplicity. A figure in full suit, isolated in a field of cosmic dark, hands gently cupped around our planet. The colors are saturated, almost neon, the suit washed in purples and pinks, the Earth a glowing blue and red jewel. Zoom in on that sphere. Africa is centered. Cracks run along the surface like veins in marble. There's a sense of weight, of tension, as if the world might slip or shatter at any second. Compositionally, the piece is built around symmetry. The astronaut is dead center, their body forming a vertical axis. The globe sits perfectly in their grasp, anchoring the image. Your eye doesn't wander. It's drawn immediately to the Earth, then held there, as if the whole universe has gone quiet just for this moment. And that silence says a lot. This isn't just a sci-fi fantasy, it feels like a meditation on stewardship, on scale, on loneliness. Is this astronaut a protector, a god, or maybe us, staring at our home from the outside, wondering how much control we really have? There's an emotional tension here between power and vulnerability. The suit represents mastery of technology, but the way the Earth is held, that's care, that's awe, and maybe even regret. In a world where AI can generate infinite versions of the future, this image reminds us that the most profound stories often begin by simply stepping back and looking at what we already hold. Now shift your gaze from the vastness of space to something infinitely intimate, the human eye. But not just any eye. This one is a swirling universe of color, texture, and meaning. At first, it almost overwhelms you. Vivid streaks of orange, violet, electric blue, and emerald spiral around the iris like solar flares. It's not trying to be realistic, it's expressive, psychedelic, unbound. Zoom into the center. The pupil, deep and dark, is the only still point. Everything else moves. That's intentional. The composition pulls outward in curves and arcs like a visual heartbeat radiating from the core. Your attention is gripped, then it flows. This is an eye not just seeing, but becoming the act of perception itself. And that's where this image becomes more than just beautiful. It becomes symbolic. The eye has always been a metaphor for awareness, for truth, for consciousness. But here, it's alive with sensation. This isn't surveillance, it's wonder, interpretation. Maybe it's how the mind processes the chaos of the world, or maybe it's the inverse, how the world reflects what's already burning inside us. There's no clear narrative, and that's the point. It invites you to sit with uncertainty, to let the image look back. In a way, it feels like the visual cousin of that astronaut we just saw. Both are isolated. Both are holding something precious. But here, the precious thing isn't Earth. It's the act of seeing itself. And now, just when your senses are saturated with light and intensity, the scene shifts. We land, softly, on a field of flowers. At first, it almost feels like a painting you've seen before, something from a museum wall. But look closer. This isn't merely a landscape, it's a dream rendered in texture. The image is dense, chaotic, alive with reds, yellows, greens, all blooming at once in what seems like joyful disorder. There's no sky, no horizon, no path, only flowers. Dozens, maybe hundreds. They spill over each other in layers, dots, and smears of pigment, like nature remembered through a fever dream. The brushwork, if we can call it that, feels almost tactile, like something between Gustav Klimt and a neural net trained on garden memories. Compositionally, it defies the usual rules. There's no single focal point. Your eye roams, it drifts. And that's exactly what this piece wants from you. To surrender control, to stop looking for narrative and just experience color as feeling. There's a strange comfort in that, a reminder that not all beauty needs to be organized. Sometimes it's enough to simply be surrounded. Interpret it however you like. A celebration of life's randomness, a tribute to the organic mess of the natural world, or maybe just a digital daydream. But let it wash over you. Because after the vast silence of space and the piercing intensity of perception, this chaotic field is a moment to breathe. And now we arrive at the final image, one that feels part oracle, part machine. A woman stares out from the frame, not with softness, but with quiet authority. Her face is partly obscured by an intricate steampunk-like optical device. Brass, gears, lenses, something between a crown and an instrument. She's not looking at us. She's looking through something. Maybe time. Maybe truth. The color palette is regal. Rich golds, deep shadows, metallic tones that suggest age and invention. And then there are the details, so many of them. Tiny filigree patterns, mechanical joints, delicate engravings. Every square inch feels considered, engineered, even worshipped. The composition is tight, almost claustrophobic. Her face fills most of the frame, framed by this halo of machinery. The lighting is focused on her eyes, one visible, the other hidden behind the apparatus. That asymmetry creates a tension. What does she see that we don't? Interpretation? She could be the embodiment of artificial intelligence itself, elegant, unknowable, part human, part system. Or maybe she's a kind of future priestess, interpreting data like scripture. It's a blend of mysticism and precision, and it asks a subtle question. When knowledge becomes this complex, does it clarify or obscure? And that's where we'll leave it. 4 images, 4 perspectives, one quiet thread running through them all. The tension between seeing and knowing, between holding something and understanding it. AI art doesn't just imitate, it reveals. And sometimes it reminds us that the most powerful images aren't the ones that explain everything, but the ones that stay with us long after we've looked away. If this journey into the surreal, the cosmic, and the beautifully strange spoke to you, let us know. Hit like, leave a comment. What image resonated with you the most? And if you want more art like this, more explorations into the unexpected corners of AI creativity, subscribe. We're just getting started.